Hi everybody, Spin here, and I was going to talk about load bearing, especially in Kittery here. You can get copper and aluminum ore, and the ore weight is 1/10 of a pound. So you got to keep that in mind, especially if you're not in Fallout First about how much you're collecting. Or set aside some weight in your stash to be able to collect it all. But load bearing is an interesting event, and it's a really good resource event for people that are not Fallout First, and if you don't have a lot of the time to grind out your resources. So you can pick up a fair amount of resources here. So I'm in a public server, but there's not a lot of people on this server. The last couple events I went to was pretty empty. Actually, the last couple of events, I was the only one there. So I figured I would go ahead and do this one, and I will just kind of walk through fairly slowly and not worry about the auto miners too much, but show you where all this ore is. So there I just got some aluminum. Here is some copper. And I'll show you some other places to check. So there is a circle. And this little area here, if the auto miners are running correctly, it'll shift and open up some containers, and then some containers will be found just like that one. So you want to look around the walls, and you're looking for these little places here, and you've probably already seen what these look like, but here's another copper deposit. And we'll get into some totals and weight later on, and I'll just probably edit those in. So, and some miners here, and take those guys out. All right, okay. Another box right there, and there is going to be another little toolbox right around here. And it's going to have all kinds of goodies for you. Steel, lead, copper, aluminum, or iron. It could have a lot of different ones. So that's nice. Here's another bit of copper. So I'm just showing you all the ore that you could pick up in when load bearing it takes place in the mine shaft Kittery. Now there's other mine shafts, and I'll do videos covering each one of those. But yeah, this little event is overlooked. But you can come out of here with a lot of steel, which would be useful if you're doing a build. But the big thing I get from this one is in these little containers, and the copper and aluminum ore, because you can get quite a bit from this. And it's a good way, especially if I'm not doing like a big resource run day, if I'm just doing other things, like if I'm running West Tech or something. This is a good break for me. So, and it gives me a chance to bulk up on my copper ore, because I'm always running low on copper because I use a lot of energy weapons. So that's another thing, is like keeping in mind what kind of weapon you use and what kind of resources that you actually go through. And you want to keep a good amount of those in your stash box, so that you always have that item to craft. Now, each mine in this event will have a bit of ultracite. There's a few places. This one has one deposit, and I think there's another one that has two. This one just had the one. And each of these each mine in this event will also have a bit of black titanium and some crystal. There's one that has a lot of crystal. But like I said, I'm here for just the copper and the aluminum mainly, but I'm picking up everything to kind of show you guys. So I went through and I showed you the basic boxes and where you can get your ores and what to look for. There's some right here. All right. Oh, somebody else popped in. But this event will be ending soon. So doing one run, just kind of slowly. I just walk through it and run through or try to get everything. I'm just doing a small yield. These little buildings, and each mine has a little bit of buildings, will have or scaffolding or rooms. So in those rooms, you'll find a bit of scrap already out, and you might find another couple of boxes that has some useful items in it. But so if you're running with a team on an event day, or maybe you just popped on for a little bit, but you know you'll need resources later on, and this event pops up, this is a good one to like jump into and do some collecting. Because as long as you so, you know, I went through and I activated each miner, so you just got to have it going for a while. If you have all of the miners going, some of this dirt will shift and open up more containers that contain the ore. So we didn't get to do that because I was mainly mining the ore. And then there will be a container up here at the front. So there we go. A load bearing. We got some ore, and like I said, I'll slap up the totals there in editing, and show you the weights and what you can get from it. But and I went through. I'm not in power armor, but if you were wearing your excavator power armor, your yield would be ×4. So we'll even do that. And if you didn't know, this little computer here, if you look in it, you can exchange your claim tokens, which is kind of like your one of the payments for the day for some scrap. Oh, I'm really close to 100, so I'll just hang on to mine. Usually, now I do have a character that I don't use my Fallout first with, because I'm doing these kinds of videos where I'm like, here's some advice if you don't have Fallout first. So I have one that is running as if she didn't have Fallout first. So that character, she'll turn in her claim tokens anytime she has 10, because the claim tokens does have weight to them. So you just want to keep that one in mind. So we'll pop over to the oh, what's it called? Camp. We'll pop over to the camp and see what I can make out of this, how much scrap we can get. Okay, so I threw down my tent, scrapped up, got rid of anything that I had picked up that was junk items, and I'm back here at one version of a mobile camp that I have. And to process your ore, you'll have to be at a chemistry station. So here we go. So we can do a couple makings there. I picked up a lot of extra stuff, some of the black titanium and steel or iron and silver. So we can process all of this. And we got a fair amount. We didn't get like a ton of it, but if you don't have Fallout first, that's a good thing, because that means you're not going to overload your stash box with your junk items. So there you go, a really good event for a resource run. and you just have to know which mine will give you what items and what to look for. So thanks for watching. Love you guys. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this kind of thing. And comment below if you have other ways that you get your bit of scrap. Or other scrap items that you would like to see in a video.